This is the Nintendo Wii. This is my video about it. This is my opinion. So please be respectful. I listen to everybody, so if y'all can listen to mine, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Okay, my name is Joe, and like I said, I'm going to talk to you about my experience with the Nintendo Wii so far. Um, I've been a Nintendo fan for as long as I can remember. My first game console was the Super Nintendo. I remember playing. I've still got the cartridges and stuff. I remember playing Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt. The first Legend of Zelda. I beat that, and then I got my Nintendo 64, which I still have, but I can't get it working. It's kind of a bummer because I never beat the Ocarina of Time. It went out like we moved before I could beat it, and we lost the cord. Well, I bought the GameCube, which well, it was given to me. My GameCube was given to me for a present. I'm sorry, excuse me. Um, which my mom has now, and which she refuses to get back because I spent money buying the Legend of Zelda 2-pack, the Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. So I knew once I bought that, I was never getting it back. Well, after my GameCube, I got the PlayStation 2, then the 3, and the Xbox 360. At the same time, I was like, okay, when's Nintendo going to come out with something big? The GameCube's been out for a long time now, and they're still making games for it, which I was like, okay, where's Nintendo? And they were still doing the Game Boys. There was like two new Game Boys, I think, every year. And I was just like, okay, okay. So when the new console cycle rolled around and Nintendo announced that they were making a console, I was excited. I was like, yes, well, this is Nintendo's back. Because Sony and Xbox have been running the market. They shut Sega down. They like one of probably one of the biggest companies there was. Nintendo. Well, it was Nintendo, Sega, Sony, and Xbox. And Microsoft that were making consoles. Sega got shut down after Saturn. You know, people saw it as a failure, but I don't know. I played the Sega Saturn. I liked it. Well, after Sega was shut down, it was just the big three, which we now call the big three. Sega does not make hardware anymore. They still make video games, which is really cool because Sega's a good company. And I was like, okay, Sony just announced the new PlayStation 3 and the 360's coming out. What's Nintendo gonna come with? And I was like, they have to come with a console. They have to do a console. Well, they did, and it was the Nintendo Wii. And the Nintendo Wii, when I first saw it, I said, I don't know about this one, but I think it's geared more to a younger audience than, you know, what Xbox and PlayStation is geared for. I was like, okay, this is going to be a console for the little kids, which was cool because that's what Nintendo was starting out for me. I mean, the most violent game I think on the 64 that I played was GoldenEye, and everybody played GoldenEye. My parents weren't sure about me playing GoldenEye, but I played it. Sorry, I kind of trailed off a little bit. Which I thought was cool because like kids, they don't have that kind of like they have a small selection for video games. Like you got some parents don't feel comfortable letting their kids play Madden or NCAA in them, so they don't really have that. All they have is like the Lego games, and a couple other ones. But you know, that's really all they had. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, they said it's gonna be. Then they came out with the motion control system, the nunchuck, and the remote. I was like, that's where they kind of lost me. Was because I'm a very old school gamer. You know, I love, you know, just you come home from work, you sit there and you just turn your Xbox or wherever you got on and you just sit there and play. And you know, you don't have to move or anything. You know, the only thing you might have to do is reach down to get a soda or something. But that's what I'm used to, and that's my whole gaming experience. I loved my gaming experience was you know, you come home, school, work, whatever, college, you go back from class, you do a little homework, then you jump on whatever gaming console you have. But the Wii, it was just like, okay, we're gonna make you do this, this, and this, and then I was just like, you know, I don't really know about that. So now I've been playing the Wii now, and I've been playing The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword, which is awesome game, awesome storyline, awesome graphics, awesome, just it's what you would expect from a Zelda game, and I'm just having a hard time adapting to the motion controls, and I just don't. I don't know. It's kind of killing the whole gaming experience for me because I'm getting frustrated with it because I don't like motion controls. Like my PlayStation came with the Move, I sold that, and you know my friends like, oh, you don't like anything new or you won't try, you know, you don't like anything good and you won't try it. Well, I've tried it and I'm getting frustrated with it, and it's kind of embarrassing. And I'm getting frustrated. I'm only on the first dungeon. Like I'm not even like through the first dungeon yet, and it's just frustrating to me with the motion controls. I'd just rather sit there, and I'm sure the Wii has a. I'm pretty sure the Wii has its controller where you can just, you know, it's an old school controller. I've seen it, but I don't have the money to buy it. And to be honest, it's not my Wii, so I'm not gonna pay for it. But like I said, I'm frustrated with the motion controls. I think Nintendo wanted to set the curve for motion controls, and be honest, they did. They set the curve for motion controls because the Sony just had the analog stick it was the analog 3 or the DualShock 3 controller where if you moved it, it was, you know, you could do stuff with it like that if you moved it. I don't really know what games you could do that with. I think Uncharted was one of them. I'm not sure. And at that time, the Xbox didn't have anything, and Nintendo said, "Well, we got this," and they set the bar really, really high on the basis of motion controls. It's just, I don't know, it's not right for me. But overall, I'm gonna have to give the Wii a very good grade. I'm gonna have to give it like a C plus to a B plus because I think it's cool that they did a console for the younger audiences, so you don't have to buy a Game Boy because kids break Game Boys like nothing, and they didn't have to buy a Game Boy. You know, you can sit at home and you can do everything, and now it's like they got the Wii Fit and all that, and so you're getting the health fitness people into this by saying, oh, well, this thing can measure how much body fat you have, and it's kind of a ultimate betrayal of the video game. So it's like a stab in the back to gamers. But I think it's good how they're drawing people that you wouldn't think would play video games in to start playing video games. And I think it's good that the younger kids have a console where they can just put in and play what they want, which Nintendo has always been, I think, for the younger generation. Because the only violent game I can remember on Nintendo was, like I said before, GoldenEye. And on Sega Genesis, I could point the finger directly at the original Mortal Kombat, which was still one of the best games ever made. It's that, you know, we'll talk about that one later if I decide to do a video. But it's nice to see Nintendo back out there, and now they're supposed to be coming out with something new. I don't remember the name. I apologize, but they're supposed to come out with something new, and I hope they can bring back the old school method of just sitting there and playing video games and not having to move. But the way the way the gaming industry is going now, I think that version, like that's like the sit down, hold your controller. That's kind of like going. That's like now how it was when the arcades were huge, and then they said, "Well, we have home consoles," so everybody quit going to the arcades, but people still go. But I think the analog way of gaming is kind of going out of style now because of motion controls, and it's going to get deeply integrated into it. So, like I said, I'm kind of sad to see the old way go, but you know, the new way, there's, you know, new bigger things coming for the video game world, and I'm gonna be just along for the ride, and we're all just gonna wait and see. But overall, so far, you know, we came back. It brought Nintendo back up. So good job on the Wii for that one. I just totally look like Steve-O. But I just didn't. I don't know. It's my preference, I guess. I'm not into motion controls. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And and I'll see you guys next time.